Thanks for watching that, Christian fam. If growing in the faith is important to you, hit that subscribe button, because over here we like to encourage, empower, and give you everyday practical Christian advice on real life situations. We drop videos whenever we drop videos, so hit that notification bell, because for the first hour, we respond to comments immediately. All right, y'all, let's get it.
On the block with that word in my heart.
Are you the spouse you seek? And I think this is a good question, because I really feel like we get so enamored with the person, like the person that we're seeking, and like, okay, the person we're seeking, we got it down to a science. We already know the person, what type of person we want. We want them to make, such and such amount of money. We want them to have good credit. We want them to be attractive. We want them to, you name it, this, that, and the other. We know what we want, right? And we can line that out.
Whole checklist.
Yeah, a whole checklist. Boom, 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 boom. And low key, for real, some of them checklists, they can use some work.
Revised.
Yeah, need to be revised. There needs to be some addendums added, reprioritized, shifted around, maybe erased altogether and start over from scratch.
That's true.
But I think we always hear about the list. Okay, what do I want in a person? But do we ever really stop to think, like, man, all of these requirements I got of them.
Like, what am I going to bring to the table?
What requirements do I have for myself?
What am I going to contribute?
Yeah, am I going to have good credit? Am I going to be making a good salary? Am I going to be a business owner? Am I going to be attractive? Am I going to be honest? Am I going to be trustworthy? Am I those things that I seek?
Yeah.
Or am I just going to play the hypocrite and be like, oh, well, I got a lot of expectations, but I fall short in this area.
Like looking at the splinter in your eye while I have a big old log.
Got a big old log. Got a big old log in your eye.
Tree stump hanging out of mine.
Yeah, don't take the splinter out your neighbor's eye when you got a big pole in your eye.
Yeah. Telephone poles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I think that I know you do have to come with some kind of expectation. Things that desires of your heart. I'll call it that. Desires of your heart.
Right.
But at the same time, I think it is important that we do look at ourselves and also prepare ourselves just the same as, we want our spouse to be, oh, he's getting ready for me and this and that. But how are you preparing for a successful, godly marriage as well?
Right.
So like if you say, I want someone who's going to be a good listener, well, are you a good listener, or do you constantly cut people off when they're talking? Or thinking about what you're going to say next instead of truly listening to what people are trying to convey?
You're already thinking about the next sentence, the next argument or whatever.
Right. So if you want your spouse to be a good listener, then that's something you can kind of look at yourself and say, am I a good listener too? So when we come together, we can have good dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're a woman, you like, because the Bible talks about how a husband's supposed to wash their woman, they're supposed to wash their wife in the word. But first of all, do you even know the word to know if he's washing you in the word?
Right.
Or is he saying a whole bunch of church cliches that sound good?
Yeah.
And now, he's great, this, that, and the other. But first of all, so you putting all this pressure on him to be solid in the word and know the word, but do you know the word yourself?
You have to know it too. Yeah.
Or you going to be sitting there looking like Boo Boo the Fool when you didn't have the wool pull over your head, pull over your eyes, because old dude came off with a lot of church jargon and a couple of scriptures.
Good.
It sounded real good, and then after y'all say I do, and you like, man, 6 months in, what did I get myself into?
Right.
Because you wasn't solid in your word. You wasn't seeking God. You wasn't seeking that time with God. You want a godly man that is in love with God and loves God and loves you. But do you love God?
Yeah.
And are you that person that's gonna love God and love your husband too, like, or love your spouse too, like what is it gonna be?
Yeah. Or if you want someone who's self-reflective, and how sometimes you're like, I want them to really think about the things that they're doing and think about how they're saying things to me and think about how they're making me feel. Well, you have to also be that same person, like, constantly look at yourself and look within as well and say, okay, am I communicating in love? of? Am I thinking about how I'm conveying my feelings to him, you know, in my case? So
Yeah. You want someone to build you up, but are you in a habit? Are you that type of person that edifies other people? Do you build other people up?
Right.
Because there's not going to be some magic elixir that just comes over you that happens when you get married, or when you meet this person, all right? So, like, if you don't already have the practice and the habit of building people up, it ain't gonna happen when you put that ring on your finger.
Right.
All right. So yeah. So all these requirements and all these prerequisites we have of other people, you don't even know your spouse yet, but you got a lot of prerequisites that you demand.
Yeah.
Are you those things? Are you the spouse that you seek? So that's a good question that we need to honestly ask ourselves before we go out there gung ho
with our checklist.
Yeah, with our checklist.
If anyone doubt it, why is your vision so clouded? Stepped on my flows like a ballad. Stepped on my flows, now I'm valid. Yeah.